everybody? I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, debt helps you build empires, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Even though you know debt's not really good for you, but it's good for you when you buy assets. And of course, we're going to create wealth like the big boys. That's what I'm calling it. I'm not saying create wealth like the millionaires. I'm not saying create wealth like the billionaires. Whoever the big dogs, the big boys are, that's who you want to be. That's what you want to use debt for. We're going to talk about this in a little bit more tonight. And welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream, where members are the only ones that can be in the chat room with the icon. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here once again. Please share the videos, as I've mentioned, and if you haven't already, smash that like button so the YouTube gods know that someone's in the house. And again, thank you for being here on the Wealthy Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only with the icon, like Laverne Penix, that can be in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I received a notification and trailer. Thank you for letting me know that. He's the first person that's let me know. And he has the icon next to his name. And again, if you can't get in the chat room tonight, there's a reason. It's because you must be a member of the channel with the icon. You just can't be a subscriber. So hopefully that helps you out. Now, tonight, let's get things straight, shall we? Because once again, you have to remember, how do the big boys play? Those with lots of finances generally means they carry debt. Now, the reason why they carry debt is because when you buy assets using debt, they appreciate much faster and quicker when the economy is going good. And even if the economy is not going good, you are receiving passive income that is very nice as well from a business. And Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. He too has the icon next to his name, and he brings one of two taglines this evening. This one, hello all, let's do this. And again, do this we shall, because we have to talk about how you can improve your wealth, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that easy, but you can start small and grow your way into it. Mo Better's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. He too with the icon next to his name, and he brings in his tagline. What's up, SSN Nation? We in the building tonight. That's right. He's out there cheesing. He's out there with the strength. He's out there making it happen, acquiring something that gives him some assets for the future. And we'll talk about a little bit of that in a second. Mo Better says, got the notification and trailer as well. Thank you so much for letting me know. That's two people tonight. Greatly appreciated. So back to the lecture at hand, so to speak, right? So when you are buying something, think of it this way. It's very, very simple when you think about it. It's not rocket science out here. Professor's in the house, a.k.a. Professor, and it is Auntie Val with the icon next to her name. Thank you so much for being in the house tonight. The SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream house. And she brings her tagline this evening. Good evening, fam, with the heart, with the strength and the support. And she says, got the notification. That's 3 people. And also, Professor, let me know what the heater doing tonight, please. Because I've been very busy. I haven't even opened it up. I'm hoping it is close. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm hoping Jimmy Buckets is doing his thing and he's able to do his thing because they will need it. Boston is a pretty good team. And so is the Heat. They match up well. At least they should on paper. Everything looks good. Now, let's get back into it. Now, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to make this plain and simple. I won't even use any entity. I'll just give you some numbers. So if somebody told you that you can get $300,000 and let's say in 3 years, you would be thinking, normally you're thinking, okay, what business do I have to start? What high risk endeavor do I have to get into in order to make $300,000 over the next 2 years, or possibly being able to touch $300,000? Let's just keep it simple, right? Well, if you use debt vehicles, there are several ways, but we're going to concentrate on the easiest way here in the SSN Nation. The easiest way, one of them, it's simply real estate. So when we talk about real estate here, I will use, in this case, a simple home. That's right, a liability on the real deal. It's a liability because if you live in your house, you have a job, you're paying the house note, that means you're working for it. If you bought an asset and the asset brings you profit into your house and you use that to pay for it, then the house is still not going to be considered, in my book, a liability because you're not actually working for it. You have passive income coming in to pay for it. That's where you want yourself set up for. But even if you don't, and it's a liability, it's only going to be a liability to you for so long. And lucky for you, we live in quantitative easing. We live in the age of cheap money's going to come, and that's how they're going to spur the economy. No longer can we rely on manufacturing jobs and that type of thing to spur the economy because less people are going to be working. So here's one way you do it. Remember that $300,000 I was talking about? There's some people that were able to tap into some of that in 2022 after 20% increase in home values in 2021. And then in 2022, another 20%. People were able to tap into their equity, do all kind of things. And this is where we're going with this, because here is the situation. Let's say you buy a $500,000 home sometime later this year. The Federal Reserve, they start reducing interest rates sometime later this year. You fast forward to 2024, a year later, they've reduced the interest rate a couple of points. And the next thing you know, you have a buying spree, just what you saw in 2020, 2021, 2022. Home prices skyrocket. So in a matter of 3 years, that $500,000 house is worth $800,000. Not bad. Now, that means you have $300,000 of equity. And because they're reducing the interest rates even further, what's going to end up happening is what most people do not pay attention to when they have refinances, HELOC loans, where there'll be things such as, oh, yes, we'll give you 110% of the value of the house if you refi with us. The good news for everybody who buys a home and has a high interest rate, which could be 6.7, 7.3, 7.5, but when you buy or refi or do your HELOCs, you will have a lower interest rate. But you might want to do a refi because then you'll reduce the interest rate. It'll be reduced. And also what will happen, your payment might be near the same, except now you can grab some of that money out of your house that you didn't have to work for. And if you do this, You need to put it into some vehicle that 110% is returning a return on that investment to pay back what you have borrowed without any questions. So you have to put it in a safe vehicle, and other obvious safe vehicle is some more real estate, commercial real estate, multifamily real estate. That would be the preferred choice. So you already have renters in place, you have revenue coming in. So therefore, you pay your loan off. Any other things or other loans you have, all going to be wrapped up because you'll have the passive income coming in. That is how you're using debt. And that is what's going to happen. And you don't have to work for it. You just let the Federal Reserve do what they're normally going to do. Central banks, they're going to reduce the interest rate. That's the only way they can increase the economy. All right. So hopefully that helps out. Professor Auntie Val gives me some good news. I'm pretty sure it's already went by a little bit. Miami 39, Boston 36. Minimum 9 minutes, 2 seconds. So it's a nip and tuck game. I love to see this because this is going to be one hell of an ending if they stay this close. When you have the likes of a Tatum, a Brown, a Jimmy Butler, and I love the way Bam's been playing, and I love the way that the kids have been playing. That means Martin and all those guys. Yes, I'm a Miami fan. All right. So we will see what happens. I'm glad they're in the game. Now, that's your first phase when it's just simply a home. But here's the other thing. We have a lot of people that have invested in real estate outside of the country and some inside of the country. Here's the other thing you need to think about. If you can't get into the chat room, there's a reason. Only members with the icon, those that have joined the channel as a member, can be in the chat room on Wednesday nights. On Monday and Friday night, everybody can be in the chat room. So let's go into some other things that people would consider big boys. Remember when we talk about multifamily properties? Remember when we talk about hotels that I've talked about before? But let's go with multifamily properties. So right now, you can buy, I don't have any numbers for multifamily, but let's just say there's a 25 unit apartment complex and it's in Arizona. They're selling them for probably 3.5 million or something like this, right? So you go in and you can only buy multifamily real estate based on how much it's giving you as profits or revenues. So let's just say they want 3.5 million. I'm expecting myself, at least that means it's making $300,000, right? Annually. That's what I'd be thinking. 250 to 300. You're in a high market, so now it's probably 200,000. But all I'm saying is that is the value, 3.5 right now. Your profit, let's just call it 200,000 because that's probably what it's going to be in this day and age. Not really overly excited at that point, but still somebody with 3.5 million, they won't mind getting $200,000 a year. But here's what's going to happen. When they start reducing the interest rate where money gets cheap to borrow, because remember, if I'm buying this multifamily property, I might have an interest only loan. I don't even have to pay principal for 5 years to 10 years. Guess what happens in that 5 to 10 years when the Federal Reserve is reducing the interest rates? I can buy a hell of a lot more house or multifamily property when instead of me having to pay like a 6.5% note and the note is 3% or 2.75% interest only. Huge difference. No principal included, just interest only, fixed for 5 to 10 years. But the same rules applied that I gave you for the housing market. Now, since there is cheap money, interest rates are lower, which now means I can buy more and have a lower mortgage on my payment. That means the next person that's going to buy in the bull run, he might spend $5 million. Again, 3 years, ladies and gentlemen, is what we're talking about. So you got to get in the game. 2023 is the preferred choice. This will be the height of the interest rates. right now. They're not going to pretty much go any higher. I think they might do another 0.25 just for good measure. But that's just me. I'm just a YouTuber. So, but I don't think they're going to push it past that. And I think after a few months, they're going to say, we'll take it down 0.25. That's what I think is probably going to happen. And from that point on, everybody who has their money in stocks, everybody who has their money in real estate, multifamily, or hotels, or land, it does not matter. You will love life in 3 years, but you have to acquire it. And you want to acquire it under cheap terms. So if you can get interest only, so be it. Do it. If they say 4 years, 3 years, 5 years, do it, because they will reduce it over time enough where cheap money will come. And that turns into the hedge funds, that turns into banks, that turns in the whole world who has money is going to be trying to buy this stuff. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Victor Marrero, he brings it in. Build your dividend stocks portfolio and secure monthly payments as well. Here we are. He knows what to put in here. Jeppy, ladies and gentlemen, here goes another way that you can increase the value of your money. The stock market. It is pretty much hit and miss right now. Up, down, up, down. 1929 to 1932 is what I'm calling this. But here's what's going to happen, because it's all based on the central bank, the Federal Reserve. It's already priced in with the stock market that these guys might increase interest rates another 0.25. What's not built into the stock market is if these guys all of a sudden reduced interest rates, the stock market, in my opinion, would start, you know what, rockets. It would take off, because the same cheap money that buys the multifamilies, that buys land, that buys businesses, that buys all these assets, that same cheap money, they also take that cheap money and buy things like JEPI, JEPQ. This is what we're talking about here. JEPQ is at 12.59%. That's even bigger than JEPI. That's JP Morgan funds, ladies and gentlemen, ETFs. 12.59 for JEPQ. We got to love it. But what I'm trying to tell you is this is exactly what they're going to be using the cheap money for. Why? To buy their own shares. That increases the stock price. Why does that matter? Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been paying attention, Elon Musk is pretty much the most aggressive billionaire out here buying stuff. You wonder how he's able to buy it. Why? Because he uses his stocks as a loan mechanism. He borrows from his Tesla stocks and then goes out here and asks other people, do you want to chip in with me to buy this? But he generally has the bulk of the shares. So this is what he does. That's how he's able to acquire everything. You want to play with the big boys. That's what you have to start thinking about. They're out here buying stocks, but I don't really recommend borrowing against your stock portfolio, because there's interest. You also have to pay it back. And if there's a crash, well, they're only going to loan you a certain percentage. So let's just say it's 30%. All right. And it's based on, you have to keep that 30%. So if your stock, let's say it's $100,000, that means you borrowed 30,000. But let's say all of a sudden there's a crash, meaning it goes from 100,000 to 70,000. Well, in order for you to maintain, they're going to be calling you up saying, Mr. Bird, we need you to add some funds to your account. That's what they're going to say, because that 30,000 isn't worth 30,000 anymore. It's more like worth 20. Let's just use average. So now they're going, Eric, we need you to ship us 10 G's. This is why I don't recommend it, but I'm just saying, you have this mechanism that you can use in order to buy assets. That's the idea. You use lending money to buy assets, not liabilities. You're not supposed to be going out of here buying cars for 100,000, getting a loan. You're not supposed to be going to school, which you many people don't have a choice. Go to school 3-4 years, then find out you owe $100,000 and you're not guaranteed a job. That right there is liabilities, and you don't want that. If somebody said, hey, I'm going to school, I'm going to spend $100,000, but when I come out, I'm going to have a $500,000 a year job, or even the equivalent, $100,000 a year job, guaranteed, then you would have a lot more people rushing down to college, schools. But they're not guaranteed. So that means it's a liability on one hand and a way to move up on another, but you're not guaranteed anything. So you're gambling with your life and you don't even realize it, because you're not guaranteed, because you have a degree that's going to put you in a certain pedestal or a certain location that you think you should be in life. You have to do hard work no matter what. So that is the thing. We're trying to avoid the guessing. We want things like this. If we have JEPI and JEPQ, it looks like we would average 20%. I mean, not 20, sorry, 12%. That is awesome. 12% annual return right now. And also, you know what's going to happen when they reduce the interest rates. These stock prices are going to increase. That brings down the dividend. You don't want to be in a situation where the dividend comes down because the stock price costs more and you buy it a year from now. So you want to buy when the stocks are bad, especially dividend stocks, especially any of the great stocks out here. If Coca-Cola's, Pepsi's, if they all of a sudden drop 30-40%, you should be buying. I'm not saying they have done that, but I'm saying that's the kind of stocks, because you know they're going to be around. Amazon, their stocks have dropped. Microsoft, their stocks have dropped. Apple, they've stopped. Tesla, they've dropped. They're all in a buy zone, but will they go down further? We don't know. We kind of know, but my guess is they're going to go down. They'll just stay about this right here until they get the go-ahead from the Fed saying we're going to reduce interest rates, and it's off to the races. So don't get left behind when you can be getting some of these dividend stocks. And he's talking about these two tonight combined is around 12%, 11.95 or 99. But there's other ones. We can go to REITs, because if REITs are holding on right now, giving out their dividends, you best believe a real estate investment trust, for everybody that doesn't know what a REIT is, real estate investment trust deals in real estate. So I'll let this come out. The beauty about JEPI and JEPQ is that they also holding blue chip companies. Let the dividend snowball take over. Exactly. So what he's doing is talking about reinvesting. So you don't need to take out your 12 or your dividend every month. All you have to do is let it ride. Let it buy back some more shares of JEPI and JEPQ. You've put money in, and now you're making your money work for you. Assets work for you, ladies and gentlemen, while you're sleeping, while you're on vacation, while you're minding your own business and don't even have to pay attention. You have money coming in. That's what the big dogs do. This is what the big boys do. This is how you build empires. You start slowly. Don't listen to everybody. I might be in the 9th inning. You might be in the 1st inning. So I show you, oh, here's $1 million. You're going, oh man, I want to do that. I want to do it now. No, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't work like now. You have to start at the 1st inning. You got to go through batter ups. You got to go through playing defense, playing offense. You just don't get to be at the top. You have to start somewhere, and that's inning 1. All right? I could be in inning 15, overtime, extra innings. And that doesn't compare. Everybody has their own path. So you can't look at somebody else and go, hey, they made it in 2 years. They did this in 5 years. You can't compare. You got to go with your own stair step. It's you in here, ladies and gentlemen, CEO of your life. All right? You go get gear, stopstrugglingnow.com. Now, just keep in mind, we're talking about this right here is very important. They have the blue chip stocks. I'm going to give you some REITs, which is nice. In fact, let me put something on the screen. Let me see if I can go to something. Pfizer. No, let's go put some stuff on the screen. Because you guys, these are REITs. And REITs could be giving you, get this. Here, in fact, this is something I wanted to talk about, but we're going to do REITs in a second. But I'll give you one REIT right now. AGNC. A is in Apple, G is in George, N is in Nancy, C is in Charles. Everybody that's been here before knows about that one. All right. If they're able to give you 13% to 14% right now by buying these, when the price goes up, that's going to reduce. So how do you figure out what the dividend yield is? Whatever, let's say the dividend is $1 a year. All right. $1 annually. And let's say the stock is $5. All right. You divide the $1 divided by 5. That's going to be 20%. That is significant. But if the stock goes up to $10 because the economy is booming and the stock price increases, now instead of 20% on your money and you decide to buy when it's $10, you still get the same dollar, but now you're only getting 10% annually. Big difference, ladies and gentlemen. Huge difference. So I just want to say that, but I want you to notice the big ways. Pfizer raised $31 billion for the Seagen acquisition, or Seagen, even know this company, offering to fund Seagen acquisition, SEC filing show. Again, you see what the big boys are doing? They're not going out of their pocket and saying, here, let me put in some money. They're saying, I think I'll take some debt. What type of debt is it? I don't know. Maybe they'll tell us. But I'm just saying, notice that they're taking in using debt. I just want you to understand this. And here's Pfizer expects to complete $43 billion Seagen buyout later this year or in early 2024. So they're seeking debt. What are they going to be doing? Debt offering. That's what they're going to be doing to fund this proposed acquisition. The cancer drug maker Seagen. I'm assuming it's Seagen. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the company. All right. So that's what they're doing. They're not using their money. They're not crazy. And you know what else is going to be good? They're going to be able to negotiate terms. So that's a great thing right there. Now, let's get into this. So remember when I mentioned AGNC? It's $9.19. It's doing 15.67%, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't even 13 to 14%. So if they can hold on this environment with the high interest rates for another 2-3 months, and if they do 0.25 again, they hold on, this would be extraordinary. This means you would be, for all the money you're putting in right now, you would be at 15.67 as long as you're buying it at $9.19. So here goes some over here on the right-hand side, which are some of my favorites, because if you want a great return like that, then of course everybody knows about ORC. All right. So look at this, 19.24%. And after hours, they went up, and I don't know what happened, but $10.05. They went up 7 cents, but you're still going to be around 19% annual return right now. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen, 19%, 15%, 12%. And all you have to do is buy now while the prices are low, right? We got NLY on here. This is another one. Annaly, Capital Management. Look at this, 13.7. One of the largest mortgage real estate investment trusts. All right. So here we are again, all of these guys. And then something I haven't even mentioned until recently, which I don't know what SIM we talked about what, 2 years ago. What is it now? 18.59% apparently. And by the way, do your own due diligence and check these out, because sometimes they say they're going to reduce the dividend, so that would change things. So you never know. So you got to go make sure that you haven't heard any news that they're going to reduce the dividend in the next month or 5 months or 6 months or anything like that. But here we are. Again, we're talking about over 15%, ladies and gentlemen. Is this crazy? I think it's crazy. Let me know if you think it's crazy, because this is This is where you make your money. This is why the top 10% of the wealthiest own 89% of the stock market, because some of it includes these, and they are getting this type of return on hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions and billions of dollars. Because now you understand they're home sleeping because they're sitting there going, you know what? This month I made 1%, 1.5% on money I put in last year every month. So when you start doing this and saying, okay, there's a million, there's 10 million, all of a sudden you start realizing, wait a minute, 1%, I'll take 1% of 10 million if you had that amount, wouldn't you, every month for the whole year? And on top of that, reinvest it if you can. Now that turns into another million a lot faster. All right. So just keep that in mind. If somebody told you, if you put in $1 million and somebody says you're going to get 15%, that's $150,000 a year. Tax, $150,000 a year. You're going to pay tax on that. Okay. 15% for sure by holding it a year. Okay. So I think you would take that deal, wouldn't you? I'm hoping you would. Or you're going to say, okay, forget that. I don't want any of the money back. Now you have 1,150,000, and now you're earning more than 150,000 annually. That changes into maybe 160,000. But you keep doing it. Next thing you know, you have 200,000 coming in a 3 or 4 or 5 year period. That's why the big boys get wealthier, because they're making their money work for them. They're not putting it into liabilities. All right. So that's CIM. Who am I missing? I think Armor is, let me see if I'm right. Yes, ARR. They're at 19.79%. Okay. Look at that. Beautiful. Do your own due diligence, right? Now, we love oil. We love oil. Here is a Victor Marrero special. MVO, the oil trust, 17.91%. Again, do your own due diligence, but you can see right here 15% is easily obtainable. This is what the big boys do. And also just keep in mind, once again, you get to ride the wave. If stocks start rising, now you start thinking like an Elon Musk. You say, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to borrow against some of my stocks because it's millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands, whatever you want to do. I need $150,000. Yes, they'll loan it to me. I'm going to go buy an asset. That asset's going to pay me back money. So that way I can pay back this note that I just got. And then once that's paid off, that's just another revenue stream that's locked. Stair step, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you actually want to do, right? So hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Debt helps build your empire. Now, we have a lot of people out here who listen to you know who, Mr. Ramsey. He would say, don't do this. He would say, buy cash, buy your house cash. Okay, that's one way to do it as well. But remember, if you did have 400,000, 500,000, and you bought a house, yes, it's free and clear. This is true. But you could have bought a house, you could have put the 500,000 into something else that generates, like we're saying, $150,000 a year, even on 500, not even a million. Because why am I saying that? Is because it's simply 500,000 times 15% is 75,000. But if you get something that, well, there are things that are 19, 20, 24%. Okay, then you could get over 100,000, 9,000 a month. That can pay for most houses. And you don't have to do anything. And it keeps coming in. You tell me what you would rather do, right? Everybody has their own little ways of how they want to buy something. Just remember, when you own a house, you know it costs to maintain. All right. It's just not like you can have it free and clear. Now, if you own the multifamily, like a apartment building, that is a revenue based scenario. So you get to raise your interest rate. I mean, not interest rate, you get to raise your rent, just like what's been happening over the last few years. Anybody that rents, you generally have had your rent increased. Why? Because if it's used as a business, they're not going to lose out. They're just going to raise it to equal their profits or make more. That's the position you want to play. You want to be in that position, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, once again, debt helps you build empires in a shorter amount of time. You can keep doing I'm going to buy my house 15-year notes, 30-year notes. You can do that. You can also do I'm going to put $6,000, $6,500 annually into my 401k. You could do that, $500 a month. That's a way you can do it. Except one little problem, that $500 per month you're putting in is usually into a fund that is a 401k company fund that you get to pick funds sometimes, other times you don't. But they're not going to give you anything like this with 15% returns. You're going to be in an ETF that gives you 9%, 9, 10, 8% annually on the growth of the stock, the appreciation of the stock on the ETF, and some dividends. But the point is, it's generally not going to do 12, 14, 15% every year. And if you can get 2 or 3 years of 15, 16%, your wealth increases dramatically more than if it's only 8%, right? It might not seem like a lot, 8%, 8.5 versus 15 or 16. You start going 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, all of a sudden you realize, holy smokes, I've been missing out on all of this. That's why JEPI right now is awesome at this price point, because getting 11.4 or over 12% on a JP Morgan ETF is incredible because they're too big to fail. That's one of the things. So that is major, in my opinion. So I'm talking 16, 15. I showed you some of these REITs, but you can go safe. Why get a treasury bill when you can have a JEPI or a JEPQ? Why get a CD when you can have JEPI, JEPQ? I'm down with JP Morgan doing this. They're the only ones that seemingly have been doing the right thing for the last 12 years or so. They're bailing people out, too big to fail. They're part of the Fed bank system, as far as I'm concerned. So let's call it what it is. That would be a safe environment for all you who want to stay safe instead of taking high risk on the REITs. But if the REITs can stay around at this high interest rate environment, ladies and gentlemen, why not get the REIT when the price is low? And then they're going to raise up when the interest rates come down, but you're going to be still receiving whatever you put in right now, 15% on your money. That money's still getting 15%. And I know you can't separate it, but in my head, I separate it. So if you're buying when it's $15 and that gives you 15% return, and then all of a sudden the stock is $24 or 25 and it's only giving you like 7% return, yes, it goes together where combined it might equal 11% or something like that. But in my head, I'm just like 15% is what I spent $100,000 on. We're good. And then anything else I get after that, I just go, okay, the stock went up. Do I want to get in this? No, yes, maybe. But you put yourself in position for as long as they give out dividends to get that return on your money. So why not, ladies and gentlemen? This is what the big boys do. Debt helps build your empires. You want to buy a business? Why do you think you just saw Pfizer, 31 billion debt offering? Same thing. Same thing, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm telling you to do, the big boys do on a daily basis. They're not risking their hard-earned money like a Dave Ramsey says. I'm not picking on the man, but let's just say what it is. You don't see the big boys out here doing this. They're not saying, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm the richest guy on the planet. Let me go grab $44 billion liquid and go buy Twitter. Come on, man. Nobody does this kind of stuff. If you want to be hanging with the big boys, you got to do a few things. Get a talk show, be on radio, then charge people. I shouldn't be messing around with this guy. I shouldn't be messing around. Ramsey's plan is great for those willing to sacrifice their best years, especially with current salaries. It takes you too long to pay off your home, and you better hope you can still enjoy life after. Exactly, Victor Morero. Very well said. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Let me do something for you guys, just so you guys understand the situation. So, since I guess I brought up his name more than once or twice, when we're talking about a Dave Ramsey plan, the reason why this works is generally if you're making six figures, you're going to make this work. Because if you're making $150,000 to $200,000 as household income between you or you and your spouse or you and your significant other, then you will be able to save $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 annually, right? So in 4 or 5 years, you're going to have 200,000, 250,000, 300,000. That's doable. But for everybody that's living paycheck to paycheck, which is 70% of the population, you can't sit there and save $50,000 annually for 6, 5, 6, 7 years and have $350 in a house and go buy it for cash. You're not going to be able to do that. And we know the numbers, so everybody can stop acting crazy. It's 70%, actually 73% of the population in America lives paycheck to paycheck. That's a whole lot of people, ladies and gentlemen. All right, think about this. So therefore, this reality of go use your cash so you can go buy something that's a house over the roof, a roof over your head. And oh, by the way, it's not just free and clear. You still have property taxes, you still have insurance, you still have maintenance, and you have constant upkeep for life, depending on how old your house is. So it's not like it's free and clear. It's not like an asset where it's actually generating money coming into your coffers, and then you use that money for the upkeep. That's an asset. All right, just keep this in mind. You're using your house only for one thing, in my opinion, is to figure out how you extract some of that money and then go buy some more assets. That's it. There's nothing else you need to do. All right. Now, and Victor Morel said, I got to put this on the screen again because this is exactly right. I'll give you guys a little story. So since the fact that when I was born and as I was a young child, there was on more than one occasion that the doctor, while I was in 103 temperature for hours, and you overhear a doctor like in half sleep, half out, in and out stage, and he's like, I don't know that we're going to be able to do anything. So our last attempt is to throw him in an ice tub bath. He could pass away. We just want to prepare you because we can't break this temperature. And it's been like a day. And then it's like, and by the way, he could have some sort of brain damage and all this stuff when I'm a kid. And yeah, I'm a little crazy every now and then. But the fact of the matter is, I survived one time, not once, twice, not twice, 3 times in my life when I was growing up did I hear the doctor saying, you better be prepared because we can't do nothing. Okay, so the grace of God said, no, ain't time yet. I need him to do some things, I guess. So I come back. But what that taught me was exactly what Victor Morel says. Sacrifice their best years. You know, I made a video about being Superman, right? Superwoman and Superman. You guys know when you're a kid, you feel you're invincible. When you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 20s, you feel invincible. You can jump over buildings in a single bound, no problem. Stay up all night, sleep, maybe none at all, go work, go do whatever you need to do. All is good. But there's no guarantee on how long you're going to be on the planet. So sure, most people, life expectancy is in the 70s, 80s, whatever the case may be. But there is no guarantee that you're going to make it there. So when you're in your prime, 18, 19, 20, up to 30, what are most people doing? You're building. So that means you're working. And normally you're working odd jobs, or if you have a job, you're working long hours, you're trying to be successful. And then you then settle into whatever you're going to do for 10, 20, 30 years in some cases. But after that, they reward you. You get to win the reward. But now you're 55, 65, 70. What you could do when you were 18 to 35, you damn sure generally aren't doing when you're 60 to 75. Sure, you can walk around. Sure, you can jump. Sure, you can do everything you could do, but you don't have the same strength. You don't have the same bones. You don't have everything is older. You just have to face facts. And one little problem that always was in my head was, wait a minute, what happens if I really don't make it to 65, 70? Or hell, for that matter, 60? I almost died like 2 or 3 times already. There's no guarantee I'll even make it to 25. So when you have that mindset like me, I was like, no, I'm not waiting. We got to make some things happen like yesterday because I want to go around and have some fun, not wait till later. So that is what I thought about, not necessarily saying that what most people think about, but you aren't guaranteed to achieve a 50-year plan after you're 18 or a 40-year plan. Plenty of us know how many of our friends have passed away before they were 50. How many have passed away before they're 60, right? We know people like this, passed away before they're 30. So this is why not most people do, but every now and then, and it could be you. So I always said, why not get on with it earlier and have fun versus later? So that means I'm sacrificing, right? But are you really sacrificing when it's your life, you're having fun, and you're able to do it when you're in prime time, right? And then prime time lasts a lot longer, quite frankly, because you're doing it in your 20s, you're doing it in your 30s, you're doing it in your 40s, you're doing it in your 50s. It just keeps going because you have set up everything earlier. And you said, you know what? We're going to set this up so where we have revenues coming in. And that way, when you get older, you still have revenues coming in. Just think about it. All right. So that's why I left that up. James Way is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with the icon next to his name. He brings his tagline, hello all. And the other part of the tagline missing tonight, the rent is too damn high. Yes, we know. And oh, by the way, in case you're here watching and you can't get into the chat room, that's because only members with the icon next to their name can be in the chat room this evening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just keep in mind, we're trying to set you up for a shorter term. So when we start talking about my favorite subject matter over the last 3 years, because we're watching something happen right before our eyes, it's exciting. If you know what we talk about here a lot over the last 3 years has been pre-construction properties. Now, I've talked about outside the country. I know Silverman Fox. I know you want me to talk about United States, but in the United States, they have changed the game. In Miami, the game is still on. You can buy, well, let's just put it this way. REA Reserve, 1.7 million, 2-bedroom. Over all the unit overlooks the bay, Biscayne Bay. Can see out to the ocean. Now, that $1.7 million condo at REA Reserve, search the channel if you don't know what I'm talking about. I made 2 videos. Talk to Andrea Fuentes. She's the realtor there. Andrea Fuentes. Tell her you came from SSN Nation. Eric sent you. If you decide to buy that high-end property, that $1.7 million, once they build this, which will be, well, South Tower is going to be built in 2024, the North Tower by 2025, but it's pre-construction. The 1.7 will not be 1.7. All right. It'll be worth over $2 million. Now, that's only $300,000 difference. But the point is, you didn't have to work for the $300,000. All you had to do was buy, which you did work for it by putting money down and buying it. Yes. But the appreciation that you get from it is going to be built in, especially when they reduce the interest rate. That 1.7 could be to 2.2 all of a sudden in about 3 to 4 years. or when they even finish building it. So now what's going to happen is you get to use the same ploy. But we've been talking about Dominican Republic. And why? Because there have been projects where you could buy a studio or one bedroom under $80,000. Big difference. The value increase will not be hundreds of thousands, not right away. The value increase will be at the same percentage. So when I talk about 1.7 goes to 2.1 or 2.2, that's 500,000 in the $1 million category. But if I said $170,000 condo, like at Riviera Castano inside Vista Cana, and that goes to 220,000, it's the same percentage as the 2.2, except the 2.2 is 500,000 and the 220 is 50,000. But same percentage win, more impact at the 1.7. So all I'm saying is it doesn't really matter where you get in. The percentages are going to be the same, but you need to get in. That's the kicker with an upside. So that Riviera Castano, that's actually the price is $178,000 for a 2-bedroom that's 1,000 square feet, and it has amenities within its complex. I won't get into it. Search the channel for Riviera Castano. All right. Or Vista Cana and all that. But here we go. So that is one of the things that we need to talk about. And that is why you need to get in. And the reason why it is Punta Cana is because 60 to 70% of all tourists coming in come through the Punta Cana International Airport, 60 to 67%. Another 4% comes into the La Romana Airport, which is like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So within that eastern region, 70% of all visitors by air are coming into the main one, the Punta Cana International Airport, with 4% coming in at La Romana. 70%. And what we're talking about is roughly 680,000, 650 to 700,000 tourists every month has come in so far for the first 4 months. So we are talking about something that's incredible. Incredible. Almost 2.1 million tourists that went to the Dominican Republic. If somebody told you 1.4 million went to this one section of the country, where do you think you should be investing? Where do you think you should be starting a business? Where do you think you should be buying real estate, multifamily properties? Where do you think you should be at? Let the increase in demand, let that appreciate your price and you ride along. But you don't have to spend the price at the end where this stuff could be 400,000, 500,000 and up. You're buying when things are 150, 200,000 because you're getting in early. So just something to think about. All right, Eric, Curtis Davis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. He too has the icon known as Mr. Financial here in this YouTube street. And he says, Eric, did you speak of AI stocks? No. New bubble. Exactly. I feel it's a bubble. NVIDIA, Google, Microsoft. Well, again, we should already have money in Google and Microsoft and the Apple and the Amazons, right? We should have money in those. We talked about this before. This is the time to get those stocks. NVIDIA is a whole nother ball game. That just took off like a rocket. But this is something that Mr. Financial has been talking about for 4 years. All right, let's get real. Mr. Financial is also known as Chili Davis with 2 L's, Chilloy Davis in these YouTube streets. He has his own YouTube channel. We need to get him up to 1,000 subscribers. So please go over there, subscribe to his channel, click the all notification bell, and make sure you lock in because he helps people with financial information throughout the day. So you can get updates throughout the day from his channel. So go check him out. All right. Brian P., welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And he has something to talk about with the icon tonight. Hey, Eric, can you talk about Miracle Cash NFT? Oh, my, ladies and gentlemen. In case you missed this, the Miracle Cash and More NFT, which is known as the Boogie Gopher Club NFT, which actually is a cash flow NFT. Anyhow, in case you missed the latest updates, the reason I'm going to talk about this is because debt helps you build empires. So, if you, first of all, I don't even know how to say this because it's an NFT. In fact, I'm going to play a video. It's going to be 4 minutes though, but I'm going to talk about this for a second. There's an NFT, and the reason why I use Miracle Cash and More is because an NFT is backed by this store. It's not just a crypto store that they're going to have in Europe, the EU. All right. So far, 3 stores in Cyprus. They have 1 store in Germany. I'm thinking what else? 1 store in Amsterdam. And there's going to be another store in Germany here in the next 3 weeks. Kohn, Kohn. There's going to be a store in the UK, but probably not for another couple months. And there's going to be a store in France, but again, not in another couple months. They have a few. So they're starting out with crypto stores. This is where people can walk in off the street and do like most people, you tell them about crypto. They go, wait, I don't know how to get a wallet. I don't know how to do that. Now they have a place to go in, take their money in, exchange it, buy, and they can then get their everything handled right there at the store. The store charges transaction fees. So if somebody's going to be on an exchange, that's a fee. They have their own exchange. So therefore, NFT holders, depending on the country, there's a UK, there's a Germany, there's a France, there's a Benelux, which is Belgium, Luxembourg, and Netherlands. That's an NFT. So those 3 countries. And then you have, I'm missing one, France, Spain, Germany, Netherlands. Yeah, I got them all. Okay. So each NFT is separate by that country. They issue commission. All right. Off of all the transactions. So I just mentioned those 2 things, the store itself, the exchange, but there's ATMs, right? Crypto ATM machines, transaction fees shared with the NFT holder. All right. Each country. All right. Point of sale systems. That's right. When you go check out at any grocery store, go to the movies, there's a point of sale system. Whenever somebody changes over to the point of sale system, transaction fees. All the NFT holders from that country share in the transaction fees of the POS systems. They're going to have a real estate investment insurance, not investment, real estate insurance. And this is going to be beautiful for landlords. You go apply with this insurance company, they're guarantee the monthly payments. If the person doesn't pay, the insurance company pays. In fact, the insurance company is going to give you 12 months advance if you want to take that when you rent to somebody. That now means a person doesn't need first, last, and security. Why? Because they have secured it. So now all you have to do is tell the person, hey, man, it costs $600, the fee, or $400, whatever the fee is going to be. If you qualify, you pay the $400, and then you give me first month rent. Boom, you're in. And like I said, it's beautiful if you call up and say, hey, I want my 12 months in advance. I'm pretty sure they'll probably charge a fee because I would. I'd say if you want 12 months in advance, you're not going to get the full 12. We're going to charge like a 5% or 10% fee. And I'm pretty sure people would take it because now it brings on a whole new meaning of if you own real estate and you happen to have single family homes or condos, and now you know all of your condos is paid for, all your renters, you don't have to worry about it. If they don't pay, it's covered by the insurance company. That's beautiful. I'll take that. I'll get back into the single family home rental business. So all I'm saying is that's some of the products that they have. That's not all, not even close. There's a stable coin. There's other things going on that they won't even show in this video because these are some new things that came out. But check out this video here. So DJ Robbie D from Philly is in the house, known here now as Robbie D Solutions with the icon next to his name. He says, hello, SSN family. Hope all is well. Yes, DJ Robbie D from Philly, all has been going well. Hopefully it's been going well for you. Very nice to see you once again. Thank you so much for being here. All right, 78, all about 6 minutes left in the third. Auntie Val, I like it. I like it. They're doing this in Boston even for the first 3 quarters. I like it when it's close. This is good. I'm loving it, quite frankly. I'm glad to hear that the Heat, what are they, 8 seed, 7 seed? Oh, crazy stuff, right? 8 seed, I think. Crazy that these guys are in the Western Conference Finals and playing their behinds off. I'm very proud of these guys, the Heat. All right, Miracle Cash and more. Now, here's what I want to say about Miracle Cash and more. So pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. The NFTs for Benelux. Okay, all right. I don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to have to because they talk about it. I dropped some videos today, part 1 and part 2, because they do evaluation. Okay, the UK NFT based on the future value, based on because they have 4,000 Vodafone stores in Germany. So that they don't have their POS systems and everything set up in these Vodafone stores yet. It's going to take a while, right? So this evaluation that they have, or the valuation that they created for these countries, is based on you're going to have X amount of stores, you're going to have X amount of POS systems, X amount of ATM machines, X amount of real estate, insurance deals, you're going to have X amount of loans because they have a lending product. All of this plus all the rest is a pro forma. What that means is it's a guesstimate. If you actually have all this in place, then this is the value of what this NFT is going to be. So just keep in mind, these numbers I'm giving you is based on if you do X, Y, Z, which they haven't done yet, then the value will be this number that I'm giving you tonight. That's the way this works. All right. So don't get too excited, but listen to me very carefully. That NFT for the UK, the whole of UK NFTs are valued at 3.18, I believe it was. All right. I think it was 3.18 billion with a B. Billion. What does that translate to? Each NFT is worth 780,000, somewhere in that ballpark. It was 780, 770, somewhere in there. I don't remember the exact number because it's a fake number to me. If I knew the number was real, meaning they have X, Y, and Z in place, and that's the value of it, then I'd be a little bit more excited. But if they have X, Y, and Z in place, they're claiming 780, 740, actually 740, I think it was. 746, if I'm not mistaken. Now that my mind is looking at it, I'm thinking of photo ops. I think it was 746. They have another product that they are unleashing to where you can borrow against the value of the NFT. Now, if they pull this off, we'll see. But now the NFT could be worth 746,000. You tell them, hey, you know what? I want $200,000. How are you going to pay it back? Well, this is the beauty of the NFT. You receive commission. An asset, ladies and gentlemen. The commission is going to pay what you owe for the loan. How do you like that? I like that. This is what the big boys do. They have set it up like the big boys. Now, again, how much is the Germany NFTs? Well, 3.8 billion is their valuation. Now that's a little higher, so we're probably going to be at that 770 to 780,000. I think they were a little higher. I can't remember. So once again, the debt is what builds empires. They understand this. So somebody right now, there's a few people holding by themselves. We have a group one, but there's people right now that bought a Benelux NFT for $2,500 because they only had 500 of them. The Benelux NFT came in at I think it was 1.1 billion. All right. The value, once again, I don't remember, but I think it was in the 700,000s as well. For 2,500. Now, they went up to 5,000 after the first 500 bought in. And then now it went up to 10,000 because of the valuations. All right. The UK NFT is at 10,000. The Benelux is at 10,000, but you know the Germany one? It's at 35,000 now to buy that NFT. If you want to get in on it, yes, I have a link down below in the description that says Miracle Cash and More. It takes you over to Cashflow NFT. Cashflow NFT is where you become either a free affiliate, because once you sign up, you become a free affiliate, or you buy the NFTs. Now, as a free affiliate, if you refer somebody, you receive 10%. So if somebody bought a Germany UK NFT, then that's the $3,500. Okay. If somebody bought any of the UK or the Benelux, then that's $1,000 commission. So you could work your way into getting an NFT if you work hard and share the information. But once you have the NFT, there's a value. If this all works out and people have a value of $700,000 and you can borrow $200,000 or $300,000 and it's getting paid back by the commissions that's generated from the NFT, that's exactly what you want. That's an asset. And guess what else? How about no tax? I love that part because you're paying it back to your debt. Oh, I love it. Right? So now you can use that money. And guess what? You're going out here to get another asset, ladies and gentlemen. It's that simple, right? It's not that hard to figure out. In fact, what you're really going to do is you're going to probably say, if these guys are paying out like this and an NFT is worth $600,000 or $700,000 or $800,000, you're probably going to say be hunting for that $35,000 NFT, that 20,000. You're going to be hunting for that NFT. You're going to go, wait, that NFT is $50,000, because that means that you're going to be having a value, or your asset value could be a lot higher. So you're going to be hunting for it. You're going to be like, oh yeah, okay, let me go get this loan so I can go buy another NFT. It's feeding its own ecosystem. And basically everybody would be doing this. Quite frankly, they only have X amount of NFTs per country. So that means it's limited. There's only like 70 UK NFTs left. There's 35. I think it was 30. I might look it up. There wasn't that many UK NFTs left. In fact, I'm going to go look it up right now. Let me see if I can find this. I don't think I'm going to find this. How many was left? Let me see. No, not easily handled. But anyhow, the Germany NFTs, there's not many left, but it's 39.5. Okay, so I was wrong. The UK NFT, it was 796,000, not 746, 796. And that's when it was, people could have bought it for 5K. We have a group that bought in at 5K. Can you believe that? So somebody has 5%. Some people have 10%. All right. I don't think anybody has a higher number than 10%. I can't remember. If we do, then that's fine, but I just can't remember. And so think about this. A $1,000 is actually not is not 10%. $1,000 is 20%. So somebody could have put in $1,000, and according to this, if these values held up, 20% of almost 800 is 160. Can you believe that? It's going to be close to $160,000 the value potentially just for a $1,000 if this works out. Remember, we're taking high risk here. We're the ones putting our money in. It's high risk. A lot of people are saying, wait, show me. But once again, this is what's happening. All right, let's see what's happening. Victor Morel 2023 Heat Latin Music Awards will take place June 8th at Cap Cana, not at Hard Rock. Interesting. Lots of international visibility, especially from North and South America. We need to keep an eye for the live broadcast. Exactly. So where is it going to be in Cap Cana? They have an amphitheater. They have something that holds 5,000 people, or actually more if it's just going to be used for music. So that'll be about 7,000, just like Hard Rock. So where's it going to be? I didn't know they had a venue that big in Cap Cana. We're going to find out. Let me know, Victor Morrell, if we can find out where that is. Okay. Now, this is the whole point, ladies and gentlemen. Debt helps you build empires. There's different ways you can build that debt empire. But the key is you need money to come in. If you're going to take on this debt, you need to make sure you have money coming back in. So that's the beauty of this. So the Miracle Cash and More that Brian P is talking about, that's how that works. Hopefully, I don't know what you want to talk about with it, but we can get into it if you want to. All right. There has not been any payouts yet. It's going to be quarterly. Well, they have several different things. They have a STAR program. If you refer 10 people and they sign up, you're in the STAR program. So now you receive a monthly payout because you've done that. All right. They have other commissions, such as if you sign someone up, then that's commission. And then based on the revenues from the stores, from the ATMs, from all the properties that they have, then that means the payouts quarterly for that, apparently. All right. So just letting you know, those are the three ways that you can receive. And then there's a fourth, because now think of point of sale systems. You might even own a business. You put the point of sale in there. When you go to Cashflow NFT, you can now put in leads for stores to get point of sales, and they'll have people go out there, and then you receive commission from the point of sale system in that store. So they've actually started that. So you'll see that Miracle Cash and More link down below. So let me know, Brian P, if you want to discuss anything else, but I'm going to play a video since I've been talking about this long enough. I'll play one of the Cashflow NFT videos so people will see this. This is going to be about 4 minutes. So this will either be get yourself some water, relax, smash the like button if you've just now caught on with us. If you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Please come back on Friday night at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have a different subject matter, but we're probably going to be talking more about some real estate deals because, quite frankly, Larimar City, the villas are coming. The villas are coming. All right. Not yet ready, but they have put out there that the villas are going to be up for sale potentially. They're on the golf course. Just keep this in mind. I don't know how much they're going to be. I'm just like, so far, what they've been doing is relatively inexpensive. So I don't know what the price is going to be. They might jump it up. They might want it luxury, 500,000 or something. I don't know. But all I'm letting you guys know is they might start selling these this year. I didn't think they were going to sell these at all until 2-3 years from now. But it's coming out this year, apparently. By the way, I'm trying to get the CEO on as well. That's going to be very interesting if he comes on. CEO of Claire HP. That's right. Not just anybody. He might be coming on. We'll find out probably next week. Anyhow, here we go with the Miracle Cash and More. If you want to find out more and get involved, please use the link down below. Miracle Cash and More. You'll see it there.
If there was a way you could have partnered with Elon Musk before Tesla, before the Model S, before SpaceX, and before Elon became the world's richest man, would you at least have wanted to know how? If there was a way you could have partnered with Jeff Bezos when he was planning Amazon.com and it could have made you a fortune, would you at least have wanted to know about it? Well, what if there was a fintech company today that is about to capture major market share worldwide, where millions of people will be using its breakthrough technology and you could make an absolute fortune? Would you at least want to know about it? At the same time that we are experiencing record inflation, gas prices through the roof and headed towards a recession, The move towards crypto adoption worldwide is picking up pace, and the evidence is all around us. Big names and big money players are jumping in the game like crazy. The Staples Center, where the LA Lakers play, is now the Crypto.com Center. The Super Bowl, the most expensive commercial time on television, featured 6 cryptocurrency ads. Tom Brady, Matt Damon, LeBron James, and Larry David all made appearances in them. Facebook changed its name from Facebook to Meta. The rapper Eminem bought a Bored Ape, an NFT, for $450,000. Warren Buffett invested over $1 billion in a Brazilian crypto bank. Coinbase bought Bitcoin Turkey for $3.2 billion. You know what they say, success leaves clues. Whenever there is economic change in the marketplace, there are economic winners and there are economic losers. It just depends on what side of the equation you end up on. They also say that timing is everything. How would you like to get in on the next big thing? Are you ready for a miracle? How would you like to own a piece of Miracle Cash and More? The first to market brick and mortar crypto stores. Crypto on the street, with stores in every major city all over the world. Unlike the faceless online competitors that have no phone number to call, no physical address, and no one to talk to. Miracle Cash and More stores are fully regulated, licensed, and our wallets are insured by Fireblocks. At Miracle Cash and More, we own our own cryptocurrency exchange. We own our own stablecoin. We own our own ATMs. We own our own merchant terminals. And guess what? We get paid on every single transaction. The secret, if you want to call it a secret, is to get involved before the whole world knows about it. Position yourself in front of the masses before the masses react. Here's the current offering. There are only 1,488 shares of the Master Franchise Agreement for all of the United Kingdom. Each share is projected to profit over $100,000 in year 1, $200,000 in year 2, $400,000 in year 3, and $900,000 in year 4. We have an exit strategy that projects a payout of over $10 million per share. And what does that cost to you? A one and done payment of just $5,000. And of course, you can buy as many shares as are still available. Now the question is, do you at least want to know how? I sincerely hope so, because the best is yet to come.
Let me know what you guys are thinking about. Let's see what we got. All right, there you go. That gives you an idea of what's happening here. Yes, the price is no longer 5,000. They will have a new NFT coming out. We don't know when, but there's still only limited amount of UK NFTs, Germany NFTs, and Benelux NFTs. All right, just think about that. Good question. Let me see if I can find out the exact location of Capcana. Big guns have been nominated. Bad Bunny as well. Of course, Bad Bunny's one of them. Big time in the Caribbean. Puerto Rico. So that's what we're talking about here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I might as well make an announcement that just dropped to me in the last hour. I just found out about it while this video was roaming. And Larimar City, Tower 3, all 2 bedrooms. And oh, yeah, by the way, they're larger than in Tower 1, Tower 2, which is going to be very, very interesting. And because you're here tonight, guess what? You might see what it's going to look like. Let me see if I can make this work. Let's see if we can make this happen. It looks like we're about to make it happen. So you guys are going to be special. You'll be the first ones to see it. Now, I don't have Larimar information, but if you like Larimar, this is upscale luxury. Speaking of assets that you're going to buy, you want to rent out, you want to get a place, a condo that's in the best okay, hold on. The #1 project rated by me in the Punta Cana area. And when you see this, you will see why. But first, before we get into that, I am going to see if Brian P actually wanted to. Oh man, I got to do some funky stuff if I want to do this. I'm going to show you guys tonight. All right, we'll talk tonight. I don't know the prices though. That's one of the things. I don't know the price. So that's how it's going to have to be. I don't know the pricing. So PDF. I got to do some conversions here in the background. So Brian P. And by the way, the Heat up by 9-8. I love it. I love this. The perfect matchup is happening. All right. Let me see. Where's my. All right. Let's go. Okay. Brian P. Let me know, man, if there's something specific you want to talk about, but if I didn't cover it. That's not good. Okay. I see what I'm going to have to do here. This won't be a real PDF, I see. I'm going to have to do something different. I don't really like this, but we'll make it happen. Okay. I don't know how big this thing is, but check this out, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to make this happen because, again, this is your opportunity. You want to get something that's under 200,000, that's in the #1 project that has a 1 mile to 1.5 mile boardwalk. If you've been to Waikiki Beach, even that beach is not straight down where there's boardwalks, where there's bars, restaurants, shops along that 1 mile. Yes, they're in certain locations, but it doesn't go a straight 2 miles. So Waikiki Beach is about 2 miles, 2.5 miles, just to give you an idea. And I don't know if anybody's been to Waikiki Beach in Honolulu, Hawaii, but if you've been there and you're staying down at the one end where the marina is and where the Hilton is, all right, or even the Pink Hotel, as I call it, I can't remember the name of it. But if you're staying down there, you know where Diamond Head is. Does that look like you're going to walk all the way down to Diamond Head? Unlikely, because it's like 2 miles away. If it was less than 2 miles away, which is 1.5 miles or 1 mile away, you still probably wouldn't walk down there. But you will walk like a 1/4 mile, a 1/2 mile, even a mile. But wouldn't it be so cool to have pools, cabanas, seating areas over water, tiki bars, swim-up bars, pools? Wouldn't that be awesome? Along the way. And a little cafe. And out there also is like the fitness center overlooking. I mean, come on, guys. This is crazy. All right, here we go. Oh, by the way, thank you so much. No credit check real estate with many amenities in DR. Thank you so much, Curtis Davis. We're talking about no barriers to entry here. I forgot about that. Raydell Cabezas is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. This is the man who bought a penthouse. I think he got a penthouse. Or actually, you're going to have to remind me what you got, Raydell Cabezas. I think he has one of the penthouses. He did good. I think he did because it was $300,000. So very well done. Good evening, SSN Nation. Listening and learning as always. Thank you, Raydell Cabezas. Very nice to see you once again with the icon next to his name. And Raydell Cabezas is going to be able to do something extraordinary. Remember that example, if you were here early on, where I said you buy something for 500,000, it goes up to 800,000. How about buying something pre-construction for 300,000 that's now worth 600,000? Already 300,000 before he even takes delivery in equity. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? Can you? And oh, by the way, you know what he did? He put down 10%, and then over the 2 or 3 year period, I think it was 2.5 year period, he put in his 30%. So he put 40% down. He didn't even have to put the full 300,000 down if he didn't want to. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. And if he didn't get that unit, well, the unit used to be 300,000, the penthouse unit, when it came out 2-3 years ago. I was at the beach. We were there. So again, check this out. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. Everybody qualifies. And then afterwards, you're going to owe 60%. Well, that's good, because you will get a loan when they go and show you that your property you bought for 300 is worth 600. You think you're going to have a problem? Really? Getting a $180,000 loan? I don't think so. Eric, the beach penthouse is now, oh my God, 700,000. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand. You have no idea what this means. The beach, he's talking about the 4-bedroom. Actually, okay. 1, 2, 3. Wait, it's 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. I think that's right. Downstairs actually has another living room. Upstairs has a living room, dining room, and kitchen. Master has a terrace, and then upstairs, the off the living room, dining room, kitchen combo, there's a deck. The decks, they're like 300-400 square feet up top. The one down, I don't remember. It might even be bigger than that, because the terrace up top is huge. They're both huge, actually. And you see the water. I hope I have one of there. I be there. Great place. Brian P. Radel Cabezas. Is this the 4-bedroom? 5-bedroom, exactly. I was going to say that. It's 5 bedrooms and a half bath. You know why I didn't want to say it? Because I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if it has the maids or the maids' quarters in the back. And I think it does. So that would make it 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths. And that means it can sleep 12 people. And if you can sleep 12 people or 10 people, that means he should be getting $400, $500, $600, $700 per night, because nobody in downtown can match that. No other condo project has 4 bedrooms with the maid's quarters, or 3 bedrooms with the maid's quarters, which would make it 4-bedroom unit. But in this case, I'm talking about the 5-bedroom, I'm pretty sure. So if you have that configuration, that automatically puts them into a $600, $700, $800, $900 per night range. How much do you think these places are worth? So you notice I use 600, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. Remember my 1% rule? If they're selling this for 702, they can get $700 per night. That's 1%. That means we're going to be approaching 15 to 20% if we get a 60% occupancy rate, 18 nights out of 30. That's all we need. You're going to be 15 to 20% annual return. Now, what's going to happen at his location? Well, here's what I think. It's going to be downtown. People are going to go, hey, we have a party of 8. Where can we stay downtown? Well, that means you're going to be limited. Most of these complexes don't have even 3-bedroom units that can sleep 8, let alone 4-bedroom units that can sleep 8 or 10 and be downtown. You might have to get a villa. But if you get a villa, you guys know what happens. You're in the villa, you and your family, you and your friends. Somebody says, hey, I want to go to the supermarket. So they're going, well, another person goes, hey, I want to go out and check out that blue mall. Another person says, well, I want to go to the beach. Well, you're going to need transportation. So all 3 of you are going to have to figure out and coordinate transportation. But if you live inside the beach, they have their water there, a man-made beach. They have restaurants there. They have a shuttle to their beach club. So you don't have to do anything. That creates value because there is no other project that may have those large size units. And by the way, it's 2,400 square feet. Pretty big. All right. 700,000. Win-win. There we go. Sorry, Eric. 5-bedroom, 5.5 bath. Exactly. I wasn't sure about the maid's quarters, but I remember we were talking that time about being able to hold 12 people comfortably. 12. That puts them in a category. Go look it up, ladies and gentlemen. I've looked it up several times. Go to Airbnb, put in 12 for Punta Cana, and then see how much people are charging, and then find out, wait, these guys don't even have a man-made beach. These guys don't even have restaurants and bars. These guys don't have a bar on the beach. These guys don't even have a barbecue grill area. They don't have a fitness room. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll find villas that sleep 12, but the villa, remember, is only going to have a bar maybe at the house, a pool, and then what? Maybe even a fitness center or something. Not center, but, a couple of cycles, some weights. Okay. But after that, you don't have resort type amenities. You just live in a villa, and you're still going to pay $1,000 per night, or are you going to stay at some place you're paying $700 a night, and you have all these extra amenities, and you're already downtown. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are, you're in a community, and there's a reason for people to stay there, and you want to have one of the best ones. Radel Cabezas, oh my God. How many square feet is that again? Victor Morel, it's around 2,400 square feet. That's an incredible appreciation. It bumps up everyone's value. Congrats. Victor Morel's got it right. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. He's got it exactly right. Congrats. And everybody should be raising the roof. The reason why you should be raising the roof is this. I believe it's a little under, it's like 2,350 or 2,375, something like that. But anyhow, 2,400 square feet times 200 square feet is 480,000. They are approaching 300 a square foot. If they start charging 300 a square foot here, how much is it going to cost if somebody has the exact same amenities? Beach, restaurant, bars, their own bar at their man-made beach, volleyball court, barbecue grills, lounge area, tennis courts, children's playground areas. That would mean Vista Cana has their man-made beach, clubhouses, its own sports complex. How much are their units going to start going for? Again, it has to sell, but I'm just saying, how much are their units going to go for? Who else has a man-made beach? Well, that leads you to Larimar, Cruise on Land. Now, keep in mind, there is no 5-bedroom, 5.5 bath unit at Larimar right now. All right. So again, you can't count that, but then you offset it with the amenities that they have more than theirs. So it's an offset, different community. Cruise on Land. They have a 4-bedroom that can sleep 10 or 12 because they have connecting units there. Right now, those units are only 275,000. They have a man-made beach. They have restaurants. They have shops. They have boardwalk. They have 2 man-made water areas. Paddleboard on one of them, man-made beach with volleyball court and bar on another, a restaurant that overlooks it with cabanas, and there's more: sports courts, children's play area, wedding venues, mini mart with an agricultural area where they have agricultural food, which means fruits and vegetables that they sell there. They have, I don't remember how many restaurants, a recording studio, a 5,000 seat or maybe larger amphitheater, casino, water park at Cruise on Land. So if they're charging all this, they don't have a casino, they don't have a water park, just for starters. There's not recording studios. There's not 2 man-made beaches. There's only one at beach. If they're charging this rate for there, how much are other properties around Punta Cana area going to cost? Because now you start doing this thing like, okay, they're downtown, but do we have to leave? So that's why Cruise on Land said, oh, we're going to make our own little mall area shopping so you don't have to leave. We're going to make our own little fitness, CrossFit area and yoga spots. Same thing I'm saying at Cruise on Land is at Larimar. They're like, we're going to have a casino. They're not going to have a water park, but they do have water everywhere. I'll show you in a second. But Victor Morero is exactly right. It's beautiful. Eric, we are thinking of buying a plot of land at Primaveral 4. What are your thoughts? Please. Raydel Cabezas. Here's my thoughts. Hear me what I'm about to tell you. Here's the problem. No problem with buying the plot of land. That's not the issue. The issue is just what's happening right now. You're an owner at the beach. You could have built that penthouse unit that they're selling for $700,000 for $308,000, which they did. They sold it at $300,000, $308,000. Okay. But now, years later, we can't build it for $308,000. So the cost to build increases. So if you don't build right away, right now, let's say, for instance, you can build in Primaveral 4, which I love their price, though. That's the thing. The price is right. The lot, the plots, the land is priced right. They gave you a great deal. You don't have to build on it now. But all I'm saying is buy cheap. I think they're 35 grand, right? That's cheap. Buy cheap, but then you have to start thinking in your head, when are you going to build? Because if you hold on to it, remember, you're generally still going to have HOAs or some dues due, right? You might want to check that out. I got to check it out, actually. I forgot to ask the other night because I haven't owned land in a long time where it's just sitting there, but you generally have to pay something, whether it's water, sewer, garbage, whatever. But nonetheless, it might only cost right now, you can put a 2,000 square foot home there, one of their type like O units or type Z units, and it's only going to cost you $210,000. But if you said 2 years from now, which is also, that's about 115,000. I mean, sorry, 110, $115 a square meter right now in Primaveral 4. But if 2 years from now, it could be $250 a square meter to build. So now that same 2,000 square foot house is going to cost you 500 grand. You see, that's why when you think about this, that's why you're thinking, okay, so Raydel Cabezas, if you're going to do 2,400, then I would forego the land. And if you can afford the 253,000, 2,500 square foot house, that's the one I would get. I would get that because it includes the lot. But 2 years from now or a year from now, you don't know what the cost is going to be to build. It could be $150 a square meter. So if that's the case, you're going to be in the 300,000s in order to build a 2,400 square foot, where right now you can buy it for 253. That's their type U unit, which I got to talk to these guys about that. I forgot about that too. Because they have a type U, and I don't know. They're supposed to include a maid's quarters and another bathroom. It should be $263,000. All right. So that's the one you would want. 263,000, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, villa, and the pool is included. So that's where you're looking at. And so you might not be able to get a 2,500 square foot, almost 2,600 square foot for $100 a square meter in a year or two from now. That's the only downfall with deciding to build later. You're going to be building at whatever that time frame build rate is. Because remember, 3 years ago, build rate was like $80 a square meter at Primaveral. So just keep that in mind. I don't think you can go wrong either way because you've locked in some land, because now it turns into something else. Let me give you the other side of the fence. So let's say I'm holding it, because I've done this in the past. I've held some property. And the next thing I know, a $3,000 property, it went up in value, get this, to $90,000 for the lot. Here's what happened. This is what it allowed me to do, but I still had to build at that day's prices. So it goes up to 90,000. I call up the bank and say, hey, I want a construction loan. You know what they said? They said, okay, Eric, how much is your lot worth? I said 90. It was 90 some thousand. It wasn't 90. It was 95, 98, whatever, appraised. They said, we're going to use your property as collateral. We'll give you the first parts of your loan, and then we'll give you a draw. So I didn't even have to come out of pocket to start building the home, or out of pocket, period. Because once they were giving me the money, once it was built, it had a value. I think it was 600 and some, 650, 700,000, something like this. They only had to give me like 300 to build it. All right. So they were perfectly happy with completing it and then transforming it into a proper loan. All right. So that is what you do on the other side, because you'll probably be able to do that as well. So again, you can go both ways, but I'm just giving you the information so you understand. If you wait till later, you're not going to probably be able to have a developer build you something for $115 a square meter. That's all I want to caution you on, because if you wait 5 years, for instance, definitely won't be 115. And in fact, what you should be doing right now is the developer that's building it now, you can get a 253,000, a 2,560 square foot place. And that includes the lot. So you can do that now, or you can wait. But if you're going to wait, I would look around right now to see if I can find a developer and get an idea. Say, hey, if I want to build something 2,400 square feet, how much are you going to charge me now? So that way you'll get an idea now and see if that's going to fit what you want to do. Because if they tell you something like, oh, that's going to be $300,000, you already know now if the consensus is 320 or 300,000 or 350, it is not going to get any better in the future. So if they're charging that now in 2023, and you say, well, I think I'm going to build in 2025 or 2026, you won't be able to do what you're going to be able to buy it for and build now. So keep that in mind. All right. I'm giving you all the plays that you can do. You can hold on to it. Once it appreciates, yes, you'll be able to build, but it's going to cost you more per square meter and more per square foot. So just keep that in mind. Oh my God. Miami, 3 minutes left, up by 5. Oh my God. I cannot believe these guys are doing it. They're playing awesome. I love it. And I was telling my friend, I don't want Tyler Hero to come back. That's what I said. The guys are playing so great. I don't want Tyler Hero to come back, because their chemistry, it's beautiful to watch, ladies and gentlemen, how these guys are playing defense, how these guys are playing offense. It's beautiful to watch. So we'll see what happens in the last 3 minutes, but I like to hear they're up by 5, because they need to be up by 5 with 3 minutes left. I feel a little bit better if it's up by 7, but nonetheless, this is awesome to hear. All right. So let me know what you're trying to do. Let's see this again. Patio, bedroom, balcony. Yeah. Again, just so you know, they have that 2,560 square foot place that includes a pool right now for $253,000. You add a fourth, that master maid's quarters. Now you're at 263. And that also brings it up. I don't know if it's kind of weird, because it was supposed to be 2,560 square feet. I didn't realize adding the maid's quarters and a full bathroom that would bring on an additional 50 and one, and the maid's quarters probably another 50. That would make it 2660. So still around $100 a square meter, 2660 and 263,000. To me, that's the deal. So we have somebody in the house who did that, who has that. It includes a pool, so you don't have to pay the 15,000 at the going rate for pools now. That's included. So, and all 3 bedrooms have a bathroom upstairs. It's beautiful. Is it 3 bedrooms? Yeah, 3 bedrooms up. No, 2 bedrooms upstairs. They have their own bathroom. The one bedroom downstairs has its bathroom. The maid's quarters has its bathroom, and then there's a half bath. So that's 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths with a shower out back. And then you could be innovative and enclose the shower out back for everybody that's at the pool. And whenever you have parties out back, people can use that bathroom. You'll have a bathroom in the outside. You'll have a bathroom with a toilet and sink inside a half bath. So you'll not only have a full bath outside, but you'll have a half bath inside. So now you have a situation where when somebody's sleeping on the sofa sleeper, they have their own full bath. They don't have to go in anybody's room because they can go out to the back patio and use the full bathroom there. Meanwhile, somebody can still use that half bath. It's a beautiful program, beautifully set up. All right, 3 minutes left. It's getting me excited, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, by the way, we didn't even get into the Larimar Tower 2, did we? Okay, I'm going to get into it. Hold on. I mean, Tower 3. It's Tower 3. Here we go. Now I get excited. Now I want to know what the game is doing, but we will do this. Let's see here. Do I have this properly on? Okay, here we go. All right, they're starting this out. They're not showing us what I want, but look at this. Okay, so we have no half bath. I was hoping they would do that. So this looks like numbers 1, 3, 5, and 7. Are we back to, we're back to Tower 1 numbers. What is this? This is 1, 3, 5, and 7. No, we're not. I don't know what this is. This is on the side. How do they have the... Oh, so the building is... This is north. So these are on the side. Okay, this is on the side of the building, which, interestingly enough, it can't be on the side if you have... Oh, we got to enlarge this. This might be interesting here. They might have a patio on the side of the building. We got to get this larger. This is interesting. This is weird. I don't know. That's weird. Terrace, private terrace. Okay, this normally is up front. 1, 3, 5, and 7. Oh, it is up front. These are on the corners. 1, 3, 5, and 7. They're 866 square feet. And the terrace is 225 square feet. Not bad. Not bad at all. I don't know the pricing, but I have an idea. All right. So we're back to Tower 1. So we want unit 5 and 7. No, they changed up on us. You want 1 or 3. That's weird. Okay. 1 or 3, it looks like, is going to be the Farallon view. Okay, Tower 3, number 2 and 6. These are in the middle. This makes more sense. All right, they stacked the bedrooms. 2 bedroom, 2 baths, 868 square feet. Okay. They've upped the square footage on these because they took away the 1 bedrooms on the side. So that looks like pretty much it. 4 and 8. 4 and 8. What the? Okay. This is, okay, what was the other one? This was 2 and 6. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize. I keep looking at the gray. It's in the middle. So they put them in the middle. I didn't realize it's over here, the middle units. So then you have, all right, if you're up front, that means you could have some sort of views. That's interesting. 4 and 8, finally, on the side. 860 square meters. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just giving you that size. That's all we have right now. I can't show you any more at the moment. So they just changed up where everything's a 2-bedroom. Wow. That's impressive. All right, Professor Auntie Val, you're going to have to give me some countdown, please. Give me some numbers, please. Give me numbers. Oh, man, this is crazy. These guys are that close. All right, so I'm going to go do something in the background because I have access. Let me go see. Oh, okay. I'm going to have prices for you. Now, if you're not familiar with Larimar, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in this Larimar. I think I have Larimar. I'm going to in this video. Let's see. I think I have a Larimar video here. Here we go. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to, I don't want to play this really because they're going to give me a music strike. But here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, raise the roof for the Miami Heat win tonight. This is beautiful. So if you want to hang with the big boys, this is what we talk about. And by the way, I got to show you something because this right here is crazy. This is crazy. The prices. This is Tower 3. Okay, remember it's behind. Looks like I have a video coming out tomorrow about this. Okay, they started on the 3rd floor. Units are 80 square meters. That means they're over 800 square feet. That means they're a little larger than in Tower 1 and Tower 2. $155,000. Now, know what you're going to see in Tower 3, but I'll be dropping a video tomorrow about it. So I have something that'll show what, well, I don't know about Tower 3. It's not in the brochure. So I got to figure it out. I'll get more information. But Tower 3, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Check this out. All right. So look at this. Reasonably priced, reasonable, $142K. Okay, so it all depends on where you want to be in the building. If you want to be up front, on the side, or in the back, overlooking the pool. No, front, you'll be overlooking the pool. So, or on the side, you can see part of the pool too, but you can also see through and see part of the boardwalk. 142, 136.5 on the 3rd floor. Fourth floor. Okay, 8th floor. Prices are decent. 142, 136, 155. Decent prices. 10th floor, 155. They're not charging prices per floor. These guys are charging, oh, wow. Okay. 142 you can get on the 14th floor. And I'm not familiar. Well, where's the unit? Oh, here we go. I don't remember exactly where units 1, 2, 3, and 4 are. But all I'm saying, everything's wide open. They just got it. Remember, 10% down, 40% during construction, I believe it is now. It might be 30. You can ask them. Remember, everything's negotiable. But it could be 40% now. So 10% down would be 13.6 minimum, or up to 15.5. And then 40% of this would be 80 grand. Tower 3, I don't know when it's supposed to be. It's probably 2026. So you're going to have 36 payments, I would think. I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow when delivery is for Tower 3. I don't know. But I'm just guessing, giving you roundabouts right now. But it looks like anywhere from 136,500 to 142 and then 155, no matter what level you're on. This is like first phase pricing, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep that in mind. You saw the video, I hope, so you understand what we're talking about. This is where the big boys play. This is how you create your wealth. This is when you do it. So with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this up tonight. Hopefully, I'll see you on Friday night at 9-10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be talking about a different subject matter. If you have any questions, make comments down below in the description, or right now, make comments in the chat room. If you couldn't be here tonight in the chat room, there's a reason. On Wednesday night, only members with the icon next to their name could be in the chat room. It's that simple. So don't worry about that, but join us on Monday and Friday nights. That'd be greatly appreciated. Now, if we can only get Mr. Juan Andreas Romero on the live stream from Larimar, the CEO of Claire HP, who's building the structure, who owns the land at Larimar, we want him in the house because he let off some secrets the other day. All right, so let us know. Raydel Cabezas, thanks, Eric. Always appreciate you. Thank you so much, Raydel Cabezas, for asking your question. A lot of people are going to ask that question. And once again, you have to think of something. At Primaveral 4, remember, they have a man-made beach there. So that's one of the only villa projects that has a man-made beach. They have a restaurant and a clubhouse there. If you want to find out about that information, there may be a link down below in the description box, which there is not. But we spoke of Larimar. If you're interested, I have some information. Here we go. Let me do this. I'm actually going to blow up the I'm going to blow this up. Oh, by the way, I'm going to put in the downtown development plan so people will understand why property at the beach could increase in value like this. It's easy to see once you understand what they're doing downtown. If you're interested in Larimar, I put the information down below, so you contact Gwen. Let him know Eric from SSN Nation or SSN Nation sent you. He will take great, great care of you, ladies and gentlemen. Go see him, and remember, just remember to let him know, and then come back here and let us know that you bought at Larimar so we can add you to the party. We're approaching 50 people that have bought in the Dominican Republic that is here inside the SSN Nation. So this is awesome and exciting at the same time. Now, we were talking about Primaveral. If you're interested in Primaveral, I don't know if I have that info, but I'm going to add it. Make sure you talk to Jeremiah and let him know. Also, SSN Nation sent you. If you missed that video, it's on a live stream. Go under the live and you will see Primaveral 4. And we have Jakiris on talking to us about that. But these are villas that they have at Primaveral. So I'll put that link down below where you can contact Jeremiah. And I even have the brochure of Primaveral 4 down there. So then you can understand why you might want to do the land, because you get a, what is it, 10% down, I believe, or 20%. I can't remember. And then they finance for you as well. It's very, very interesting what they have there. So just keep that in mind. So again, ladies and gentlemen, hey, Radel Cabezas, did they sell that penthouse unit for $640,000? Or is this the same penthouse unit that they increased the price to $702? Because all eyes are waiting on this beach condo. Yes, it's 2,400 square feet. It is a penthouse. This is true. So it's going to get a premium. But if it gets almost this $300 a square meter, that raises prices. Maybe the other places don't get $300 a square meter, but things in the building, the other units in the building, that can now move those to 200, 250 square meters per square meter. That's a beautiful thing. We love that. So I'm going to do another thing before we go, because Victor Marrero let the cat out the bag. 2023 Latin Music Awards, Cap Cana, and where? We got to find that out. Take place June 8th in Cap Cana. In fact, Aerojet, remember, you watch my video, Aerojet, they're expanding to the United States. They're the official airline. They are doing it right because they know all the places that they're going to have. They just started out. They started doing internationals. This is beautiful. They're smart. I love this. All right, it's going to be in Cap Cana, but where? The film will be broadcast live. Okay, that's not good. I mean, that is good. Where is it, though? They're not giving any pub. There's no host hotel. There isn't, ladies and gentlemen. There's no host hotel. So what I'm going to do is this. There might be. I was just scanning through it, but if you're interested, here you go. That is where they're talking about the Latin Music Awards. Radel Cabezas says, honestly, I'm not sure, Eric. I know that there are only 3 penthouses left in the entire project. Yeah, they may last a while at the $700,000 price tag. The reason I say that is once you start getting up to a certain number, then people go, well, I can buy a villa. I can buy another penthouse somewhere else. Like, I'll use a perfect example, Atlantida, which has a 3,000 square foot penthouse unit on the bottom. Well, it's not a penthouse. On the bottom level, the best unit is like 2,700 square feet with a 2,000 square foot terrace and its own swim up pool, but it's on the bottom level. You go to the penthouse unit, it's roughly 2,700 square feet, but they have a terrace, and I can't remember the size, around 500, 600 square feet. No, it's over 600, so 600 square feet minimum, and it has a terrace upstairs. That's 480, I believe, or somewhere in that ballpark. So now you're getting into at Larimar, you can stay at Horizon Views, get a penthouse. Unfortunately, the unit sizes are small. They're 1,800 and something in Horizon. But you have a 1,000 square foot terrace in the penthouse. And it only sleeps 8, in my opinion. There's 3 bedrooms, sofa sleeper, no maid's quarters yet. They haven't added that. I don't believe that was there. So that's what we're talking about there, but that's 481,000. And then we go to I'm trying to think who else has a big, Cap Cana. Now you go to Cap Cana where you have something like Harbor Bay. They have penthouses, but they're like 550. So now when you get to 700, that changes the ball game a little bit. So they can charge whatever because they are 90. I think they're 90% sold out. So somebody will pay 700,000 eventually. It might not be in the next 5 months, but it might be in the next year because they get more and more of their units built, and then they have people living there. Then they have amenities, which is we got to find these amenities sooner than later. So that is part of the equation. And so let me do this while I'm still here. I'm trying to figure out where this is. And apparently they're not hyping this up. They're just talking about Aerojet is the official airline of the 8th edition. June 8th. Proud to welcome over 200 international guests from the moment they embark on their journey. Operates in 11 countries. 20 categories that are open to the public. It'll be broadcast live. Aerojet joins the platform for the first time. They're not saying where it's being held. That's interesting. So that means somebody in Cap Cana, you can be the host hotel. Let's get real. Somebody doesn't even have to be in Cap Cana and can be the host hotel. This right here is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. They haven't even said where it's at, which is interesting. So we have to be able to get tickets, right? I think we have to be able to get tickets. Tickets should say where we're going. So I want to find out while tonight, because all of this, if you are buying property or doing a business inside the Punta Cana area, that includes Cap Cana, that includes Verón, that includes Macau. All right. That includes a lot of places. If you're doing that, it just says where they are. It looks like Dominican Republic, but they're not saying what the hotel is. Host hotel. Let's see if they let us know. It's Aerojet. There's no host hotel. So somebody should be doing this host hotel and host 5,000 people at least that's coming there. But this gives me a perfect example. So when Atlantida adds their amphitheater, think about it. When Cruise on Land adds an amphitheater, when La Romana has an amphitheater, when Larimar says that, no, we're going to have a 10,000 seat auditorium or amphitheater, where do you think the Latin Awards would be held? Eventually. That would be the largest venue in the Punta Cana area. And when you add upscale luxury, just like Cap Cana, they'll say, go to Cap Cana. Previously, it was held at the Hard Rock at their outdoor venue. 5,000, 7,000 people. They were good with that. So think about it. Hard Rock love life, living off of the life of having the Heat event, the Latin Music Awards. But again, nothing wrong with the Latin Music Awards being in Cap Cana, because Cap Cana now has more hotels. They added the Margaritaville. They have more homes, condos there that they can now rent out to people. And some of the stars that are coming to the music awards, homes are in Cap Cana. So there's why people are saying Cap Cana. Now, when the villas come out for Larimar, and some of the stars might buy a penthouse at Larimar, then it'll be something to say about moving the venue to Larimar or the likes of Larimar. I mean, it could be Cruise on Land for that matter. It could be Vista Cana for that matter, because Vista Cana, by the way, hint, hint, they might be adding an amphitheater, which would be hella smart. And then if they do, are they going to do something crazy like a 10,000 or 7,500 square seating arena? That'd be very smart if they did. And that might be a thing. Okay. Let's see. Radel Cabezas says, I agree with you, Eric, but from what I'm hearing, there is a lot of buzz about the beach penthouse prime location, I'm guessing. I don't know. You mean buzz about, are we talking about, you're talking about at your project, the beach penthouse? Okay. Prime location, I'm guessing. Yes. Prime location. It's downtown. Prime location, downtown. But I will say again, is downtown prime location? It appears that's going to be prime location, but that's not even the thing. The thing about the beach is you are the only project that has a man-made beach downtown. There is no other project that can lay claim to this. So people, when staying downtown, they might say, I want to stay at the beach. And especially if the beach has restaurants like they're supposed to, bars, some sort of basketball or soccer or whatever sporting venue they're going to have there. And they have the sand volleyball court. They have the little tequila bar, as Victor Morel says. They have that. They have a spa. They have a mini mart. They might have a pharmacy, I heard. If they have those things, people will want to stay there because now you have the amenities to go with that man-made lagoon, and it's downtown. Because if you're going to look from the sky, you're going to have promotional advantages. Everybody else, well, you just have a condo. Like over Aurora Luxury. Okay, cool. They have a splash pad. They have a bar and restaurant there. They have a movie theater, actually, at Aurora Luxury, right on the turn to come into the beach. A lot of people might want to stay there, right? Because of their mini mart or cinema, their theaters, and because of their restaurant and bar, because of their splash pad for the kids and fitness center and all that. They might want to stay there. And it might be a little cheaper, but they only had to pay $200,000 for a penthouse. Yeah, it's not as big as this penthouse we're talking about. But again, that lagoon is the only one downtown so far. I don't think anybody else is going to replicate that. So you have an advantage downtown. And then other people will say, well, okay, I like it, but I might stay at Vista Cana because they have a beach. Some people might say, well, I don't want to stay downtown really because it doesn't matter to me. So I'll stay at Cap Cana, Macau, Cana Rock, and then all the points in between. So there's going to be something for everybody. And the beauty of this is, here's the real beauty. Add on another 50,000 to 100,000 people per month next year. And because the beach should be housing at least 5 buildings, 6 buildings should be occupied. People are going to start staying there. There's not going to be too many places that people can stay downtown in a cool location like a man-made beach from a renter standpoint. So if anybody wants to stay downtown, that's where they're probably going to have their first choice. Other people will say, well, let me stay at Central Park because it's 2 blocks from Coco Bongo. Not the exact amenities, and it's going to cost less to rent probably. So just giving you the pros and cons. The beach has its place. Every place has its place. Every spot has its place. There's a reason people buy. And in this case, all those who got in early who don't have a poison pill in their contract, you're loving life. Those who are going to find out later that they might have bought something for 200,000 and that could be 250 or more. It depends on how they exercise that extra stuff that they're doing. Maybe not. Okay, here we go. The beach penthouse is 2,400 square feet, but with the terrace, it's about 3,000. So it is about 600 square feet when you include the one off of the main living room, dining room area, and then the one that is off the master bedroom. That's pretty sweet because it is big. I will say it has its own jacuzzi on it as well, and it has plenty of room for a full-blown dining room table out there, and still room left over. You can have like another 4 loungers. You got the jacuzzi up there, and still room for more. It's huge. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it's about 400 or 500 square feet, and the one that's on the from the master bedroom, so it's probably 400 square feet, and then the one on the master bedroom maybe 150 to 200. So that wouldn't surprise me because they are large decks. All right, so keep that in mind. So it is beautiful. So that's why you get the big bucks, right? Let's keep things in perspective. The project itself increased the prices dramatically. Something you used to be able to buy, a 2-bedroom that you used to be able to buy for like 120, somewhere in there. I can't even remember. It was 112, 120, 126 maybe. I can't remember. Those are now 190 or something. The 3 bedrooms that at one time was like 190, 180, escalated to 205, 207, then 225, then 257. I don't know what they're going for now. They could be 275 now. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, those already went up damn near 100,000. So they've already appreciated. So now you appreciate on top of the selling price, which is what's happening at the beach. But the beach is very interesting. Why? Because that's another spot that you can now start looking at when you go. It has a man-made beach. What amenities does it have? Who else has a man-made beach and amenities? Well, there's only 4 other locations right now. Oh, 5, including the villas at Primaveral. Then you start realizing, wait a minute, are these properties appreciating? Why? So why is the ones at Vista Cana appreciating? Because of all the amenities and their man-made beaches. The same thing's going to happen at Cruise on Land. Same thing's going to happen at Larimar. Same thing's going to happen eventually at Primaveral 4. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, he's saying you're talking about the 2023 Latin Music Awards. The event will be held at the Hard Rock on August 31st. Okay, well then, what are they talking about? Hold on a second. This brings up, hold on. Let's see here. Oh, no. I'm talking about the heat. They're calling it the Latin Music Awards, June 8th in Cap Cana. Is this old? No, June 8th, as in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. June 8th. It's down. Not at Hard Rock. Okay, August 31st is another different event then. I'm talking about. Here's what they're talking about. So there's 2 music events, which I did not know. This is interesting. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. What happened? Why isn't this changing up? Saying wait right back. Connect lag. Yes, we are having a lag. That's not good. Start moving things. All right. This is cute. I think I got wiped out. Let me go look. Here we go. Okay, I'm about to get lost for a second, ladies and gentlemen. So, event. There we go. Another event. Victor Morero says, okay, that explains some. Oh my goodness. Cop kind of gets one and the Hard Rock gets the other. Oh, this is beautiful. This gets me excited, ladies and gentlemen. This gets me ecstatic. I didn't I didn't realize we had okay off. Well, if you guys can hear me, hopefully you can. That everything. There's 2 music awards. Mark your calendars. Mark your calendars, ladies. All right. I knew I was going to get dumped, ladies and gentlemen. It was that time. I could tell I was having problems. Some geeks were in the system. But anyhow, thank you, Victor Morel, for letting me know about that because I didn't realize there was 2 events. I thought there was only once a year. And so that means Hard Rock gets theirs, Capcana gets theirs. Now we need some other music awards coming to the island. They're coming, ladies and gentlemen. They're coming. Don't worry about it. But that's good. They're not saying where it even is in Capcana. I don't know. I don't know where it is. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. What venue? I'm going to go look this up. It drives me crazy. I'm being more specific with Google. So anybody can come up where it's going to be held would be nice. I really. Oh, wait. On the seashore at Juanillo Beach. Really? Is this for real? Okay, I'm not really buying this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. That was June of 2022. So that's not the 2023 one. So I don't know if this is an outdoor venue of some sort. I don't know. This is interesting. MGM. Okay, it's the Latin Music Awards. The Latin American Music Awards going to be at MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas. Um, it just keeps saying the Dominican Republic. Just keeps saying from the paradisical beaches of Dominican Republic. They don't say where. We know it's in Cap Cana. Does anybody know where in Cap Cana? I'm interested to know. Just keep saying seashore. I don't know. We don't know. Let's go see what Victor Morel knows. There's another event, and it's at Cap Cana. Yes, we know it's at Cap Cana, but well, there is no resort that can hold it as far as I know. So where are they putting it? I thought there was an amphitheater in Cap Cana, but I think it's only 5,000 square feet. It's not that big. So we're just doing a little research on why you should have something, ladies and gentlemen, inside the Dominican Republic borders. Get your business started, get your real estate started, whatever you have that you want to do, then do it. Because the cities, everything's going to grow. Okay, they're talking about Altos de Chavon Amphitheater, 5,000 seat open air facility. But that's not, hold on a second. Are they trying to say this is Cap Cana? That's weird. Frank Sinatra performed there. Interesting. Shakira, Sting. But I thought that was in La Romana. Let's see. Let's see where this is. Let's see where this is. What's happening here? This is not nice. It is in La Romana. So I don't know where this, where's this 5,000 seat arena in Cap Cana is. Maybe somebody knows. Raydel Cabezas might know if he's still here. Is there a venue in Cap Cana? There is. I know there's a 5,000 seat arena or amphitheater in Cap Cana, but it doesn't come up. So I don't know where they're going to host this Heat Awards, but Victor Morel saying it's smaller. He just said another event, not smaller. Okay, so this is strange. So it's not, let's see what he says. I think it's going to be outside by Juanillo Beach. He's okay, that's what it says. The resorts I know on Cap Cana is Margaritaville and Hyatt Solaro. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So this like an Juanillo Beach is not, that big. This is interesting. We'll have to find out more about this. But anyhow, I'm going to wrap this up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed what we discussed tonight. Don't forget to use your debt if you have to buy assets. Do not buy liabilities with debt. You will be very well off in the future. Create wealth like the big boys. Buy those big time assets if you can. And then you will have them under your control. And then when the prices go down, the interest rates go down, the central banks around the world start reducing interest rates, your asset value will increase a lot, not just a little. So make sure you get in now, ladies and gentlemen. And with all that said, regardless of what anybody says, what anybody does to you, make sure you always keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.